Shalom, it's Izzy, your Hebrew teacher here, and this is Hebrew Chapters with Holy Language Institute. Read with me from the book of Genesis, Bereshit as it's called in Hebrew, chapter 11, starting in verse 1. Where else would you start? Vayehi. Now, Yehi means it will be, or he will be, or it will become, he will become. That kind of sense. When you have the vav on the front, which means and, then the tense is reversed. Hebrew doesn't exactly have tenses, but it's the closest thing. I could describe it as in English. So we'll just say the tense is reversed and it becomes and it was, or and it became. This is translated in different ways in different translations. Some translations just drop it all together because as a grammatical function, English doesn't actually have much use of this. So, Vayehi, and so it was, Chol, all, Haaretz, the Eretz is the land or earth. Here we have Haaretz, Safa. You have two safas. One is above your teeth, the other is below your teeth. A safa is a lip. This is also the word used in Hebrew for language. This is rather interesting because we actually have two different Hebrew words that are used in reference to language. One is lashon, which literally is tongue, and the other is safa, used here, which is slightly less frequent of usage. Lip. So the whole earth was safa, lip, echat, one lip. What does this mean? One language. U devarim. Now a devar in Hebrew literally is a word. It is also the word for thing, matter, issue, affair, theme. There are quite a few different word meanings that devar can have, but here it has its most literal meaning, word. So udevarim, and words, achadim. Echad is one. Here one is in the plural, which is rather interesting. One in the plural doesn't usually continue to mean one, but in this sense it does. In other words, one set of words, a unified vocabulary is what it's getting at here. All the world had one language and one were of one words. Vayehi, and it was, and it happened, benasam, in their nasain, the verb there, nasa, means to travel, to journey, me kedem, the kedem is the east, so as they journeyed from the east. Vayimtsu, verb matzah, means to find or encounter. Vayimtsu, they found, they encountered. Vika. What is a bika? It's translated in different places in the scriptures as plain, valley, or broad valley. It comes from the verb baka. Baka is a relatively common verb that is translated in different places in the scriptures as breach, break, burst, cleave, divide, hatch, hew, rip, split, or tear. So hopefully that gives you a better sense of what a bika is, geographically speaking. Be'eretz, so in the land of Shinar. Vayeshvu, verb yeshav, to sit. Vayeshvu, and they sat, in other words, they dwelt or resided. Sham, there. Vayomru, verb amar, to say. Vayomru, and they said, ish, a man, el, to re'ehu, his re'eh. What is a re'eh? A friend, fellow, or neighbor. So it's basically saying, and each man said to each other, everybody said to each other, they said to each other, hava, the verb there is ba, to come. Hava means come. Nilbna, verb there is lavan, and it literally means to whiten. The color lavan in Hebrew is white. The moon is called the levana. Why? Guess what color the moon is? Lavan. Levana is the feminine form of the masculine lavan. So here we have lavan as a verb. It means to whiten. It's also translated as to purify, and in this context it means to make bricks. I'm guessing the bricks were of a light color. Nilbana, let us make bricks in the verb. And what do they make? Levenim. So this is interesting. Here we have both the verb and the noun used back to back. Nilbana, let us brick, levenim, bricks. Venisofa, verb there is saraf, to burn. This is also the verbal root of the word saraf, which in the plural is seraphim. You may have heard of the seraphim, a certain class of spiritual being or angel. Well, the seraphim literally are the burning ones, and here we have that verb used in this story. Venisofa, and let us saraf, let us burn, le sorefa. Now again, here we have the noun and the verb back to back. Let us burn them to burning. Le sorefa. Sorefa is like something that is being burnt. It's interesting to look at different translations and see how they render this, because it's a little ambiguous. It's almost overly simplified. You don't speak that way in English. So New American Standard and I think ESV also renders this as burn them thoroughly. Other translations render it in such a manner as bake them in the fire or bake them hard. Different things like this. Vati, and it was lahem, and it became lahem to them. Halavena, so the brick, the levena, la'aven. And Evan is a stone. Here we have la'aven for stone. So they used brick for stone. V'ha chemal. Now a chemal here is tar, usually translated tar. It has the sense of bitumen or asphalt, or ashfalt as we say in Canada. My wife and I have frequent discussions about that. She says asphalt, I say ashfalt. Why don't we just go back to the original Hebrew and just say chemal, and we'll skip all the differences. Yes. So here we have v'ha chemal, tar. Haya was or became lahem, to them la chomel. What is chomel? Clay is the most frequently used word to translate it. Also translated as mortar, which is the sense here. Also translated as mud and mire. So this is interesting because we have two words that actually come from the same root. The root here is chamal, and it means to foam. Chamal. However, in this case, it's the same. It's spelled the same too. Actually, you need to have the vowel pointings for this one, which is interesting because originally they weren't written in the Torah. They were all learned from generation to generation and memorized as part of reading through the texts. So here we have v'hachemal, and the tar hayalahem. It was to them lachomel, for mortar, and both of these words come from the same root chamal. Vayomru, and they amaled, they said, hava, come, remember that root ba, to come, nivne, verb root is bana, to build, nivne, means we will build or let us build, lanu, for ourselves or to ourselves, il, a city, u migdol. Verb root there is gadal, it means to grow big or to become great. As an adjective, gadol means big or great. Here we have a migdol, which is a noun, and it's usually translated as tower. Why? Because if you look at a skyline, usually the migdol is the biggest thing on the skyline. It's the highest thing on the horizon. So here we have an example of that. Il u migdol. Let's build a city and a tower. V'rosho, you have a rosh. Your rosh is your head. Here we have v'rosho, and its head, or its peak, its top. Va shamayim. In the Shemaim, the heavens, or the skies. V'na'aseh, verb asa, is to act, do, or make. You tell me which sense carries best here in this context. V'na'aseh, and let us, or we will, asa, lanu, for ourselves or to ourselves, shem. A name. Name in Hebrew also signifies reputation, fame, and one's character. Pen, lest nafutz. The verb root there is putz, and it means to be scattered or dispersed. All on panei. This is a construct plural. In other words, the somethings of. You have one of those I would say it's on your face, but it is your face. Your panim in Hebrew is your faces. Literally, it's in the plural. Thanks for watching this trailer. To get this whole talk in audio or video format, go to holylanguage.com and subscribe. I'll see you there.